Your Life in Sex Island, Chapter 4, Illustrious Immigration, page 95. We know for sure that they, the Central American workers, don't really have a lot of choice but to starve or come to the United States of America like our great-grandparents did from wherever. And lastly, back to the beginning with a footnote. Mexico fought the Spanish Empire for independence in 1821 as we had fought the British Empire for our independence in 1775 and 1783. After the War of Independence, Mexico was all of what is now Mexico, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, Nevada, California, half of Colorado, and bits of Oklahoma, Kansas, and Wyoming. Wow! But surprise, the War of Independence virtually bankrupted them. Remember, wars do that. Mexico allowed a few hundred American families to settle in the Texas part of their territory. Give them an inch and they'll take a mile. Americans swarmed in like locusts. The Americans brought their slaves and religious freedom with them. Mexico was a free, that is, non-slave since 1829, country, though a Roman Catholic theocracy. We tried to buy Texas, but the Mexicans were not as naive as the Indians who sold Manhattan, or Napoleon who sold the Louisiana Territory. Seward's Folly had not happened yet then. Santa Anna wouldn't sell. Texans declared their independence. You remember the Alamo, where they kicked our ass. Texas made a Declaration of Independence in 1836, captured Santa Anna, and made him sign a concession recognizing Texas sovereignty, independence. After Santa Anna was released, Mexico said, "Go to hell." Santa Anna was under duress. Texas was admitted as a U.S. state in 1845. Mexico said, "That does it." The United States tried to buy the northern states of Mexico, what is now California, etc. The Mexican government had the jumping bean jitters. For example, in 1846, the government changed hands 6 times. We tried to negotiate for land, but it was a Mexican standoff. They wouldn't deal with us. In 1846, Congress declared war on Mexico for President Polk. In those days, it was Congress that declared war. Abe Lincoln and John Quincy Adams voted nay. We conquered California in late 1846 and pushed on into Mexico. Santa Anna, returning from exile in Cuba, promised the Americans that he would sell New Mexico if they let him pass. He lied. Then he promised the Mexican government that if they appointed him general, he would fight the Americans. He lied. He took over the Mexican government. Robert E. Lee and Ulysses S. Grant fought side by side under General Winfield Scott, capturing Mexico City in 1848. We took all of the territories north of the Rio Grande, more than 1.2 million square miles, but paid Mexico $15 million US. We had also gotten Oregon Territory in 1846 from Britain, the United Kingdom. Ulysses S. Grant said that our Civil War was God's punishment on us for our war against Mexico. He thought it was that unjust. So we took 54% of Mexico, far and square. We put a gun to their head and said, "Sign, it's the American way." So what has all this to do with illegal Mexican immigration? Well, if those were Germans down there, we'd be fighting a war every 20 years to keep the land that we took by force. Oh, gee, that's not fair. Sure it is. Okay, I know it is racist to ascribe characteristics to any ethnic or nationality, but goodness, it also saves a lot of research and thinking. So I will say that the Mexicans are entrepreneurial, hardworking, peaceful, friendly, reliable, and okay, so they like to eat jalapeno peppers by the handful. Nobody's perfect. So they come up here to work. Is that so bad? They do the work Americans don't like to do. Is that so bad? They work for half as much as we do. Well, maybe that is bad. But do they have a choice? That's why I don't mess with good or bad. Why don't we count our blessings? They could be coming up here with guns to get their land back. Observe how brave they are, coming into a strange country, not speaking the language, not having money, not having a job, knowing that they are disliked and liable to be hunted down, knowing that if they disappear, no one will know or care, other than Mommy thousands of kilometers away and broke, and all to give some small help to their families. God damn, give them a break already. Purchase the book now by clicking on the link in the description below.